You can start. I got my headphones on if you want to do the.
Okay, yep. So we are sans Bun tonight. He wasn't feeling well. So, everyone just pretend he's here. And then RP as him.
Make all the puns. All
Make
of them.
Puns.
Get Bendy in here. He can make up for the pun deficit.
So, last time on Curse of Strahd, Barovia edition. Upon meeting the Burgermeister of Kresik, you discover that the Baron's wife, Anna, has made a bargain with the mysterious keeper of the Abbey of Markovia. This seemingly ageless man, simply known as the Abbot, revived the Baron's daughter Kayla after a werewolf attack, in exchange for Anna's heart. The heart is to be used as part of the Abbot's vile flesh golem, which he is using for an unknown purpose. After discovering broken silver shackles in their basement, the Burgermeister, named Dimitri, which is also the Baron, so sorry, these two terms there. Dimitri reveals that he is a werewolf, and Kayla was killed by, Dimitri reveals he was a werewolf, and Kyle was killed by a recent werewolf attack, and his son Isla has gone missing. Although he keeps his transformations at bay with a Wolfsbane potion, it did not work for Ayla's first transformation. That night, you magically opened the Tome of Strahd and learned his history. Well, I got these things reversed a little bit. I'll say it now. That night, you magically opened the Tome of Strahd and learned his history. How he longed for a woman named Tatiana, who was in love with his brother, Sergei. But before that... Dimitri also reveals that... Oh, I'm sorry. Okay, yeah. He was in love with his brother, Sergei, and how he killed him on the night he became a vampire. And Tatiana, who threw herself from the highest tower in Ravenloft. I forgot to write the next parts of this summary. But you also discover that Isla was the werewolf that killed Kayla. Horrible summary. In the morning, you make plans to visit the Abbey in search of Esmeralda, who you also learn is searching for Isla. Any questions?
Yeah, I'm back. You can start.
Okay.
I'm kidding. I'm sorry.
In the beginning. So, y'all gonna benefit of a long rest. And Grude, I want you to roll me a d10. As during the night, you see a bit of sky and you're able to read the stars.
It's an even number.
Even number, so that is wheel. That means good fortune.
Mm-hmm.
You can add a d6 to any ally's attack, roll, or ability check.
I sure can.
How many times can Grude do that?
3.
3, I believe.
Does this reset every long rest?
Every long rest, yep.
Oh, okay.
Every night, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I get if it's odd, then it's woe, and I actually use that, I think, the fight with the bride, yeah.
So you can use this for anything. Like, if you're just searching for something,
Mm-hmm.
you know, ability checks, strength rolls, just any d20, essentially.
Well, not save. So anything where the character is actively trying to do something, not reacting to something happening to them.
No, it's like a...
Oh, it's all 3?
I believe so.
Oh, because you had only said attack rolls and ability checks. So if it's all 3 d20s, sure.
Well, let me check. I think that's the case.
Yeah, could you double check that?
That's why they call it a d20 test in 2024 version, to just have all of those under one rule set.
Attack roll, a saving throw, or an ability check.
Yep, saving throw.
It's all 3. Basically, anytime that we need to roll a d20.
And then
That's me.
Wait, do we have to know before we roll? Or can you add it after we roll?
I think you can do it after.
Usually
This
these
seems
things
really cool.
Usually the rules are for these kind of things in 2014 rules are you can do it after you roll, but before you know the answer. So before you know if you fail. So it's probably that, but
Is about to make an attack roll saving throw, so yes, you have to do it before.
Okay, it's before.
And I know, like, I'm usually a little lenient with that because you don't know when I'm rolling and stuff. So
I'd see that like physically in a space. I could see you about to roll
yeah.
or something.
Like if I'm attacking with a creature and you want to use woe, then like if I rolled without you knowing, then I'm not going to be a jerk and say you can't do it, So
Joey's
Thank
a
you.
nice DM.
yeah.
Honestly, yes, very forgiving.
And you all get a free puppy.
Wait, that's so much work. No,
That's the campaign now. We
no.
have to take care of this dog.
in Barovia?
Don't they?
Hey boy, go do a fetch quest. Go.
This commitment, I wasn't set up for it.
Can't we just fight the vampire lord instead?
Oh, he's pooping in the corner.
Wait, can
I'll
we?
pick it up.
He got
But can I?
He got into the chocolate.
Oh
No,
no!
no! I gotta do a death saving throw.
Oh no!
Chocolate's bad for dogs. But what if I want to be like, I forget what her name is in Final Fantasy VIII, and I want to put my dog on my crossbow on my arm and shoot it at it.
Renora!
Yeah.
I will allow it.
Yes!
Be a
Best back to best DM.
special magic item.
Dog.
If you want to flavor your extra damage and your attacks as you attaching a dog to your arrow.
He just sits on her arm. It's so dumb.
Yeah.
It's not even a small dog.
But sorry, can't do that.
Oh,
Too unrealistic for this game. So things are quiet when you arrive, when you wake up in the morning. Obviously Dimitri and Anna had a conversation, and they're not as kind of lively as they were before. But they do offer you a very modest breakfast of eggs and a bit of ham. And they have some veggies for you, Grude, from their garden.
Thank you.
During the silence of dinner and the clacking of plates, Dimitri says, so where are you off to next?
yeah. Where are we off to next?
Wasn't it for you? Don't you want to go check
We had
out?
my thing, but we had a thing now that we had to go to. My notes are lacking from the second half of the last game. Are we going to meet where the abbot is? Before we headed to...
Yes, Irina says, Santa, Irina says, we thought we would meet, your friend Esmeralda at the Abbey if she's there. And he goes, well, what business do you have with Esmeralda?
Well, she seems to know some things that we don't. And we may have broken into her house at one point.
Yeah, she didn't. She didn't break into the wagon.
No, the tower? Wasn't she living at the tower?
She's living in the wagon outside the tower?
Oh, okay. And Van Richten was in the tower.
Van Richten was the tower. I'm not saying Esmeralda didn't go there, but
She doesn't even go here.
Yeah.
Okay. But she's in... Ooh. She seems to be somebody who knows things.
she is very knowledgeable, one of the finest monster hunters I've ever met. One of the only monster hunters I've ever met. As I mentioned yesterday, she is searching for our son. He does not mention that he's a werewolf because Kayla is silently eating breakfast at the table as well. But she keeps giving you little... But she keeps turning your glance to yours, Vogel. Like when she's like in the middle of chewing, she'll just kind of look at you and see how you're holding your like holding your fork with nothing, with just a piece of egg in it, and she'll like start doing the same, like mimicking you. But Anna goes, Kayla, eat your eggs. She doesn't say anything as she continues. But Dimitri goes, it's like, well, you've seen firsthand what the Abbot is capable of, so just keep your guard up around him. I don't know what your business is. You need to go there with Esmeralda, but would hate anything to happen to you. You guys hear me?
No.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm responding to something, so if Vogelsuch is quiet, just imagine he's trying to eat.
Yeah, sorry. It's just...
I apologize.
I was like listening to the scene and what's happening.
Okay, yeah.
I was waiting for Bun to chime in.
Well, I'm just, just leaving pauses, see if anyone wants to do it. Okay, yeah, but you gather up your things and head towards the Abbey. I don't think I've shown you a map of the town yet. Let me do that.
There was the one painting with the Abbey in the background.
Yeah. Very small town. But you are...
A hamlet.
You're near the front here. You guys see the map?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Yep.
Steph does not. I'm going to refresh just in case.
Okay. Because you're not in the game.
Oh no, she's in. I can see her computer from here.
Sam, are you in the jump gate game?
Yeah, it says new on the icon.
Yeah,
Joey didn't.
What a silly poop.
Hey.
You should probably put old as a prefix on the other one.
Oh, I know why. I used an autofill of my web pages, and then it just brought me to the one that I was using the most.
Okay, yeah. So.
Thank you for pointing that out.
Sorry, I didn't notice that you weren't on. So, yeah, you see there's a winding path on the outskirts of town that leads up to the Abbey. This water source here is where you get their water from. This little lake here, and that's nearby is where that woman with the cow was near there.
She sees Minerva walk by and just shuts the door.
Yep. the cow's looking through and shuts the door. Sorry, no cow here today. You have to move along.
Oh, okay.
Just straight up died. Darndest thing.
How silly is that?
Oh, what are we gonna do without a cow? Moo! Oh, what's that? It must be the wind.
Oh, the chickens are sick again too.
Or was that a ghost cow?
Oh dear, ghost cow, whatever will we do?
Did you see my cows out front? No, well that's where I got all the meat. Messed that up. Anyhow.
I don't know if I can repair that relationship, but
it's gone forever. You've flubbed that. Make sure no spoilers on the screen.
I'm not looking. So where are we on the map specifically?
Um,
I finished answering my thing, so.
the Burgermeister's thing is near the entrance of town. Around here.
Right down there. Okay.
So, like I said, not a very big town.
Did he want us to knock?
Well, I haven't set up the scene yet.
Oh. I'll go up and knock for us. Knock, knock, knock.
So, the road from the village climbs above the mist to the wide ledge on which the abbey is perched. A light dusting of snow covers the trees and the rocky earth. The gravel road passes between two small stone outbuildings, to either side of which stretches a 5-foot-high, 3-foot wide, 3-foot thick wall of jumbled stones held together with mortar. Blocking the road are iron gates latched to the outbuildings by rusty hinges. They appear to be unlocked. Viewed through the gates, the stone abbey stands quiet. Its two wings are joined by a 15-foot-high curtain wall. A belfry produces from the rooftop of the closer north wing, which also sports a chimney billowing gray smoke.
I assume you mean protrudes from the thing?
Yeah, probably.
Okay.
Sorry, text is small.
It's okay.
Forgive me, I'm bad at reading.
Oh, don't worry. I've kept going over the Humblewood intro a couple times because I really want to nail that sort of thing.
Listen, I wish I could give you just a pristine, dramatic reading of all of these things.
It's okay. That's my weakness too.
They could be boring though.
Yeah.
So one downside of everything being quote perfect, just becomes predictable.
Yeah. So, from the two towers from each side...
Is that the Lord of the Rings?
You know what? I'm gonna actually use the map for this one.
Okay.
The art is very nice, but I want you to get a sense of this space.
I gotcha. Hello up there.
So from this gatehouse, two figures run out to greet you. And they are very unusual. Each one stands about 4 feet tall, and they are vaguely humanoid. One of them, you can tell, seemingly has the head of a man, but he has canine-like features. A single ear with and a snout. He has feline-like legs and a donkey tail, and he is walking with a hunch. Let me show you some art. This gentleman right here.
Dang.
The other one is mostly hidden by a cloak, but you see a humanoid face with scales and seemingly one reptilian eye. One of her hands is reptilian, as you might expect, but the other one is very much almost like a cat paw. Show you some art of... Oh. But the dog-like individual who's holding a shovel almost like a pike, in a very kind of broken manner of speech, goes, "Who goes there? Who goes there?"
I believe we go there. Are we not allowed to?
Hello.
Yo.
To be a bit more specific, we're travelers and we're looking for somebody named Esmeralda, and we heard that she may be resting here.
The two figures kind of look at each other, and the lizard-like one with the lizard-like face goes, "They're looking for the visitor. Don't get many visitors lately, but now we have 2 in the same week."
Well, there's more than 2 of us here.
The scarecrow, he must have escaped from the second floor.
Oh, don't worry, he's not. He's like a different one. He's not from.
Did not
From
know
those
they,
ones.
did not know they could move.
From the 2nd floor, there's scarecrows in the 2nd floor.
That's usually not where you put your scarecrows, you know?
The one with the lizard face, who you notice is kind of looking down, not making eye contact with you. They go, they think they keep evil away. They don't really do anything.
I have kept some evil away during my travels with these gentle folk.
But the dog-like individual begins going up to each one of you and begins to like sniff around you. He goes,
Don't.
My name's Otto. My name's Otto. What's your name?
My name is Minerva, and please a little bit more space.
Sniff, sniff,
Yo, I'm Grude. Can I go to, like, scritch his ear?
sniff. You can try.
Okay, I'm gonna scritch his ear. The dog one.
Give me an animal handling. Even though he's
Ah,
not an
yeah.
animal. He's not, well, okay, he's not an animal. That is demeaning.
Oh, it's like, okay, that's not the vibes he's giving?
He's not, well...
Joey, you could do
It's a confusing
charisma
vibe.
animal channeling.
Yeah, give me a persuasion.
Oh, negative. Okay, I'll try it still.
Anyway, yeah, he...
Oh my...
He,
Okay, yeah.
he backs away. He does that, like, scared dog thing. He goes, no touch, no touch!
Sorry, you were getting close and I thought it was cool. I should ask.
Oh. Guy cowers away.
Grude, maybe don't reach out for people next time.
I don't usually, like, I get along with a lot of people.
My name is Vogelsuch, and this here is Irina.
Irina gives a slight bow. He goes, "It's a pleasure to meet you." And the scaly individual will say, my name is Siegfried Bellevue, and you've already met my cousin, Otto.
They're cousins, identical cousins.
They often get us confused.
Really?
Oh, really? Huh?
Siegfried will step up and say, "We're here to see Esmeralda."
Yes, please.
Well, she arrived back late last night. I don't see any reason why you can't visit her, but you must see the abbot first. He'll want to know He'll want to know that we have guests.
Minerva's doing like a tense, like it's more of a grimace than a smile of like, of course! And not really pressing that any further.
you'll come this way, we can escort you.
Thank you very much. Minerva's gonna lean over to Vio, who is still imaginarily here, and be like, they seem nice.
Vio decided to stay behind and help with some more chores. Forgot to say that.
I'd lean over to Grude then, because I don't want to do it to Vogelsuch.
Yeah. They seem really cool. Honestly, I guess kind of like whispering, like, I kind of like them more than the Abbot at this point.
As you step into the gates, stunted pine trees grow out of the rocky earth in this graveyard near the foundation of the Abbey's north wing. The windows of the structure are cracked panes of leaded glass. Ancient gravestone bursts from a thin crust of snow in the yard. Beyond the low wall that surrounds the graveyard, the ground falls away. The village lies 400 feet below. The view is breathtaking.
Gasp.
Vogelsuch, see that graveyard?
Yeah.
He's gonna just start walking that way and looking at all the graves, see if he recognizes his name on any of them.
Minerva's gonna pause Siegfried and Otto and be like, oh, sorry, 1 second, he's gotta check something.
The gate's this way. Yes, no.
It's like, he's just gotta...
Don't bother the dead relatives.
He's trying to find his original body.
So actually, not
I assume-
relatives.
Yeah. Go ahead.
See some random names that include Brother Martik, Brother Velen, Sister Constance, and Sister Lorana. And this goes on and on. They seem to be former nuns and monks that must have died here long, long ago, because these gravestones are ancient.
This is too old for me. I am much younger than that. And better looking. And he'll try to wink at Minerva, but he doesn't have eyelids.
I imagine it's like a sock puppet, and it just moves. It's like a Deadpool mask.
Deadpool mask, or maybe like Oogie Boogie from Nightmare Before Christmas. Yeah. We may continue. I apologize for my tangent.
They will bring you forward to this gate. A 15-foot-high curtain wall joins the Abbey's two wings. Behind its battlements, two guards... sorry, that's not the right one. Oh, it's changed a little bit. Sorry.
Sorry, we're at the wrong gate. Let's go to this one instead.
Do you have anything to say to them though as they make your way across the main entrance here?
Minerva's curious about so when did you join the place, the Abbey?
Oh, we were all born here. Yep. Mm-hmm. Generations and generations and generations and generations and generations and generations. Siegfried goes, family's been here for a very long time.
Wow, seems like quite the family tradition. How long have you been here? How many years?
Oh, it's hard to keep track of the years sometime. She goes, 20-something? I don't remember exactly. It's hard to keep track of time sometimes.
One
Yes,
more
it
year
is
and you
hard.
can drink.
We're not sure about the drinking standards in Barovia, Vogelsuch.
That's true.
Considering wine seems to be a main thing for stuff, as it seems like. But that's interesting. Are any of your other family members around, aside from you two?
Her eyes actually glance to the building in this direction, to the east. And goes, a lot of them stay in the madhouse. They're not really fit for the outside world.
Fit.
Maybe disruptive, unpredictable.
But that's hard.
But Otto will go. We all wait the day until we achieve perfection.
Do you feel you are not perfect as you are?
It's like, oh no, the abbot strives to protect us and cure us of our ailment, just like he did Uncle Cyrus.
What ailment did Uncle Cyrus have?
You're funny. What ailment do we have?
Oh, Uncle Cyrus.
He just leaves it at that.
Okay.
Yep.
Oh, no, Minerva's gonna butt in and say, like, I'm sorry, I just don't know the name for it. What do you call it?
He goes, I don't know it has a name, but some people just call us mongrels.
That's awful.
Different animals mixed together. You never know what you're gonna get.
I myself am a scarecrow of walking nature. I don't find the mixture of animal parts to be odd at all. I wouldn't call it an ailment.
Siegfried will...
Vogelsuch is actually being pretty honest here.
Yeah,
like,
Siegfried
like he
speak up though. It's like, once we're perfected, then our family won't have to be confined to the Abbey.
Are you not allowed out of the Abbey at all?
Under supervision, but some people don't like to look at us.
Have you considered magics?
Well, that's what the abbot is trying to do, to use his magic and science to cure us. He must be getting close if Uncle Cyrus is cured.
How many of your family members are over in the building? Just curious.
He starts counting on his paws. Goes to 5, he starts over, goes to 10, starts over again, goes to 15. And he keeps going on until it reaches like 50.
Okay.
We're all just like standing there, like shifting eyes back at each other. Like,
Minerva is like counting herself, like keeping track, because it's just like really hard each time it resets on the paw.
There's like a few dozen.
Okay, that's good to know. I guess that's nice and wonderful of the abbot to be working so hard to help you. What did your Uncle Cyrus look like after he was perfected?
He goes, I don't know. He left pretty quick to the castle. He works at the castle.
Castle Strahd?
Raven?
Oh, yep, the abbot gave him away. He was so proud of his creation. Of the work he did.
Is he proud of you?
Oh, he loves us all, but he's very devoted to curing our ailment.
Well, it makes sense for an abbot to be devoted.
Oh, by the way, we need to get permission to enter. Not permission, we need to announce our entrance. And Otto will go up to the door here, get on his tiptoes, and, like, knock 3 times. He goes, "Calvin, open up, we have guests!" The door will open. As I show the thing. So, when the doors open, you see another stout but very broad-shouldered humanoid. But again, he is unusual.
Uh-oh, the door's open.
Oh, did it? Sorry.
I wish that would.
Oh,
I wish they would like put that over in like the side rather than it being a window. Well, that's not frightening and unsettling at all.
What a cute baby.
I
He has
don't believe I've
inscription.
ever seen an Etten in the flesh.
So,
An Etten is a two-headed ogre monster in D&D, for anyone who doesn't know.
so this broad-shouldered man,
Is that the name of the baby, Broad?
has the foot of a bear. He has a lobster claw, goat-like features on his face, and there's a baby's head protruding from his shoulder.
Minerva's looking to see if that baby is also alive or if it's just kind of there.
Must
It
be
is.
nap time.
It is definitely moving. It seems to be aware, but it's not making any sound.
is it like baby aware, or is it like Quaid in Total Recall?
Um,
Wait, I guess we don't know yet. We'll find out.
yeah, it's like it's there and maybe aware, but not actively like doing much.
Active participant in the conversation. Yeah.
It's not in distress or anything like that. It's just like, well, I'm a baby.
Yep.
Never has to poop. He never has to, probably doesn't have to eat. Doesn't hungry. It's probably pretty chill, honestly.
Let me describe this room to you. A thick fog fills the courtyard. A thick fog that fills this courtyard swirls as if eager to escape. The courtyard is surrounded by 15-foot high curtain wall on each side that stands on which stand several guards with their backs to you, or so it seemed at first. It's clear now that these guards are merely scarecrows. Wooden doors to the north and east lead to the Abbey's 2 wings. In the center of the courtyard is a stone well filled with an iron winch, to which a rope and bucket are attached. Along the perimeter, tucked under the overhang wall, are several stone sheds with padlocked wooden doors, as well as 3 shallow alcoves that contain wooden throws. 2 wooden posts pounded into the rocky earth have iron rings bolted to them, and chained to one of them is a short humanoid with bat wings and spider mandibles. The quiet is shattered by horrible screams coming from the sheds.
I'm imagining these screams are in between human sounding and animal sounding based on the variety of anatomy that people here have.
Oh, very much so. But you do see this bat-like mongrel folk kind of chained to the well here, not really moving. well, moving a little bit. She's like struggling, trying to get free, but kind of in a half-hearted way.
Kind of like a cat that's like, I don't want to be here.
Yeah.
Get this thing. Whatever. And it just goes and lays down for a bit. I thought you said the scarecrows were on the second floor.
They are. They're on. They're on the
Say
floor.
that character. Say it a character. But are they actually on the second floor from our point of view?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, I gotcha.
Sorry, I had trouble reading that part. So
yeah, I thought it was like supposed to be in this courtyard as well. So,
Yep.
Do any of them look like Vogelsuch?
It's like they're standing guard. Well, I mean, you look like a scarecrow.
So it's more you look like them. They don't look like you.
Does this make me one of those trendsetters? Step on in.
Minerva's gonna enter as well.
Here comes Grude. Yay.
Here comes Grude. You can too.
Sorry, I'm gonna set some up. Yeah, actually, they have an extra thing here that wasn't supposed to be here. There we go. But Colvin, two-headed man, be like, we never get guests around here, not for a while. Let me get a good look at you.
Oh, hello. My name's Minerva. I hear you're Cloven.
That's me. Although you notice that my feet are not cloven.
Actually, yes, I was curious about that. I think that's quite ironic or something, right?
He looks down to check. Well, at least I don't think they are. He goes, nope, not cloven.
Not this time.
You never know what you'll wake up to. And he kind of like pushes his head to the side and goes, Colvin Jr., say hello. And the baby's eyes will open, and he'll go, as a snake-like tongue protrudes.
Ah, hi.
Whoa, that's a cute junior you got there.
He's my little junior. Even though he's kind of my brother.
So he is not your son, as the junior would imply.
Kind of like, I never thought about it before.
I can't believe Vogelsuch.
That actually makes more sense being a sibling than a kid. Maybe?
There's so many different ways to have a family, you know?
Perhaps Cloven the Greater and Cloven the Lesser.
I'm the greater, though, not him.
I wouldn't dream otherwise, of course.
Otto will go, Cloven, maybe when the abbot cures us, it perfects us, then Cloven the Lesser will grow into a little beautiful baby boy. Cloven goes,
Sprout legs and just jump off the neck.
it's like, then I'll have a proper twin brother. He goes, yeah. Be great. So, what brings you to the Abbey?
We're looking for Esmeralda. But we have to let the abbot know we're here first before we can maybe go say hi.
Esmeralda, if you see her, can you put in a good word for me?
I mean, you've only done good things up to now, so I don't see why not.
He goes, first, must see the abbot. Must see the abbot.
Well, if you may lead us to him, we can get the formalities over with.
Cloven will turn to Otto and Siegfried again. You're supposed to be on guard duty. Go back to the tower. But we wanna see the want to hang out with the new people some more. So I was like, yeah, we don't get to see many new people. Nope, that's your job. Back to the tower. She goes, oh, okay.
We'll come back and say goodbye before we leave.
Okay.
Kind of just giving him a chipper, like, we won't forget you.
Yeah, we'll head back to the entrance.
Whole army of Mongolians is currently breaking in. Good thing we got back in time.
Mongolians.
That's good. Take inspiration.
That's what I thought you were trying to say.
I was gonna make
Nope,
a joke. I'm like, Genghis
completely-
Khan
yeah.
even has kids here.
This is why we need Bun here. He would have been on that.
Cloven will gesture to the building to the west here. And he'll glance ever so slightly to the bat-like mongrel folk. But it'll like kind of avert the gaze a little bit.
What is that one's name?
Saying, well, that's my cousin, Marzena. Saying she was a bit of a behavioral problem, so the abbot thought some fresh air would do her good.
Mm-hmm.
Isn't that right, Marzena?
What?
And she'll look up, and her mandibles will open up, and she'll go, "Where's Cyrus? Where's Cyrus?" I told you, Marzella. Deep voice. I told you, Marzella, my father Cyrus, your uncle, went to Castle Ravenloft after he was perfected. I want to see Cyrus. And you will. Once we're all perfected, we'll all be together again. Her wings kind of fold up like a cloak, like she's shivering. Cloven goes, she's fine.
She seems very distraught to be separated from this Cyrus.
He kind of nods and goes, Cyrus and him, and her were really close. So when he left to the castle, she was pretty upset.
Yes, I can see. It's hard to be separated from the people you care about.
Any day now. We'll see him again.
Too bad it seems to happen one by one.
Oh no, he's the first. After a century of the abbot toiling away, he's finally was able to perfect one of us.
A whole century.
Yes, he toiled away for years and years and years and years and years and years and years.
There's some 92 more years, yes.
It finally happened just weeks ago.
Huh. That is rather incredible.
It is.
Minerva picks up on Vogelsuch's choice of word of incredible, meaning that there's no credibility for it.
I was literally about to lean over and say that to you. Thank you for picking up on that. Amazing.
It is incredible. The most
Minerva
incredible
looks-
thing I've ever seen.
Yeah, Minerva looks at Vogelsuch because you are very particular with your language, and then will nod in agreement, being like, yes.
Incredible. I believe we have the abbot to see.
Oh, yes, of course. Just a dreamland. The baby goes, hiss.
Oh, forgot that was there. One second.
Good one. Good one. He's a kidder. They'll walk up to this door here. I'll bring you over to the other map. Or to the artwork for this.
Okay, so this would be kind of closer to that entrance where the cemetery would have been on our right, and then we went through there. So the gate right ahead of us in this artwork is kind of where we went into, or the building beside that gate.
Yeah. Well,
Okay,
cool. Have to look at the map.
Because then those two might have been Cloven and somebody else.
This building that you're looking at now is essentially the building that you went. Like the building here is the building this is the building that you're in right now.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. So this part right here would be the entrance. This part is where you heard a lot of like the baying and barking and animal noises. And over here is that. So the ground floor is one large 50-foot square room with arched leaded glass windows. A cauldron sits on an iron rack above the fire and in a hearth, while above the fireplace mantle hangs a golden disc engraved with the symbol of the sun, recognized as the Morning Lord symbol that you've seen in several locations. In one corner, a wooden staircase climbs to the upper level, while in another corner, a stone staircase descends into darkness. Several chairs surround a wooden table that stretches nearly the length of the room. Wooden dishware and gold candelabras are neatly arranged on the table, standing behind which is a young woman with alabaster skin, dressed in a torn and soiled red gown. Her auburn hair is neatly bundled as not to touch her soft shoulders. She seems lost in her own thoughts. But also here is the Abbot. And she was... While the young woman was seated, the Abbot was pacing back and forth, seemingly speaking with her. But as the door opens, his attention turns to you. And Cloven will go, "Oh, I'm sorry to disturb you, Mr. Abbot, but we have some guest." And he hiss, and he gestures towards you all. You see the woman's kind of eyes widen in excitement. And the Abbot kind of passes by her, places his hand on her shoulder gently. It looks like she's about to speak, but she goes quiet at the gesture. And the Abbot goes, "Oh, it's a pleasure to make your acquaintance again. Wasn't expecting to meet you so early after our wonderful meeting last night."
Yeah, it's cool. We're just going to check out if Esmeralda's here. And then also, because we entered your area, we thought we should say hi to say that we were physically in your place.
You're here to see Esmeralda? Miss Deaver. Oh, she returned last night. And she is in the barracks on the second floor. Goes, "I'll be more than happy to escort you. But I will say your timing is quite fortuitous. For I was in the middle of a lesson with young Vasilka here. She gestures to the young woman.
Looking at the young woman, are there any animal features that are noticeable?
There's not, but give me an investigation check.
Investigation.
I do want to
We're
know.
just looking too.
It's like we were in the middle of a lesson.
5.
Three.
We can't see anything.
Minerva, you're in the way. Move out of the way.
Who rolled the highest?
Minerva
Minerva?
only has a 13, though. I don't know if I can see anything.
Yes, unlike the other Bellevues that you've seen here, assuming that she is one, this has no deformities or animal parts that you can see. But you can make out that there are stitching all along her skin, and you notice a slight discoloration between the different patches.
Yes, I can see that in the artwork, which is really cool. To
Yeah.
see.
Yeah.
Is the artwork? I thought from the token that her eyes are just kind of like closed, and she's in the somber sort of bowing sort of pose. But now, does she really have giant anime eyes?
Yeah, they seem a little too wide.
Yeah.
Grab the largest eyes you could find.
Oh, I can see that. Yeah, but this artist uses
Yeah.
the no pupil thing. And the abbot goes, Vasika, say hello to our guest. And she kind of stands up, a little clumsily. And she does a very over-exaggerated curtsy, but not in like a disrespectful way. It's just like, this is... She probably trained, like, did this over and over again. She goes, it's a pleasure to meet you.
Great to meet you too.
Nice to meet you.
Oh,
The pleasure is all ours.
thank you. I was just in the middle of a lesson. Are you going to be joining me today?
I believe we are busy. Those we have to talk to another person, but maybe some other time.
Is it the woman who came to
Probably
visit?
Esmeralda.
I so very want to meet her. She turns to the abbot. It's like, can I meet Esmeralda? The abbot shakes his head. It's like, right not, for you have much to learn. I do have much to learn.
Yeah. Oh, it's good to keep your studies up, education, because knowledge is power.
G.I. Joe.
Learn knowledge is half the battle.
Sorry. But yeah, so I'm making a note of this, and we'll be like, well, sorry to interrupt your lesson.
Actually, your timing is very fortuitous. For
As you
I
said.
have hit a snag in my teachings, and since you are here, perhaps mortals have a better understanding of the ways of love, which is today's lesson.
That is a very deep concept to be talking about. Yes, all of us mortals here would know.
Yeah, yes, all of us.
If we're lucky. I mean, it's you don't know when it's gonna happen.
I myself thought I was in love with the D's for a few moments, but it passed.
You never told us, Vogelsuch. Did you ever tell these?
No, I thought wouldn't be prudent.
Steven's like, oh, Yeah.
I could do that. I could store my nuts in him. Oh, I'm sorry. I did not mean
So like,
I apologize.
that was good. Okay, so Grude would be like, well, it depends on the definition of love that you are doing. So potentially, is it like just that you care completely about someone, so that way you don't even have to be involved in their life, and that potentially is the best for them, and that is what you want for them is the best for them? Or are you talking about love in a sense of like relationships and the different types, like familial, friends, romantic?
Basila is like, this is a lot to take in all at once. And the abbot
Yeah.
will go, excuse me, my dear, let me speak with our guest so they can properly prepare the lesson for you. Yes.
Grude was like, wait, in his head is like, I was doing a pretty good job, actually. I think we're, and then like getting shoved out.
But it is on brand for Professor Grude.
But he'll kind of take you to the side in the corner, near the entrance of the room. I hope I am not intruding on your busy schedule of asking this small favor.
You have not actually asked the favor yet, so what is it?
I
The
wish
lesson.
I've hit a bit of a area that I am not familiar with in my lessons for Vasika. For you see, I have knowledge of romantic love, but I do not have any experience. And
Oh,
without
with
experience, I
Romaia
cannot teach her the proper ways to love a man.
Oh, you mean like that? I was gonna say, well, think about your mother, but please don't think about your mother.
For if she is to be a bride of Strahd, she must love him unconditionally.
She is to be a bride of Strahd?
Yes, it is
I'm
why
going
she
to
was.
need you to elaborate on that.
It is why I created her. To fill the void in Strahd's heart. And once his heart is full of love, its grip on the land will loosen, and the people of Barovia will be free. And the tormented soul of Strahd will no longer be bound by hardship.
A noble endeavor. However, Strahd does have, I believe, several wives at the moment, and that does not seem to have worked, as it were.
But do they love him? They may be immortal. They do so out of fear. Vasika will love him unconditionally, with all her heart, once it's obtained.
Yes, Could you elaborate on that as well?
I believe we already know Vogelsuch.
Yes,
The heart
that
I
was
have
right.
planned for her. A descendant of one that he once loved. I painstakingly tracked the family line.
That is an incredible amount of research, Abbots.
I am going to assume you found this in either a grave or someone who could not be a wife.
Found it in Anna Kreskov.
Is that a person or a place, Joey?
That's the wife of the lady we had the conversation with that she'd given away her heart.
Right.
And she, in her generosity, has agreed to sacrifice her heart so Strahd may love again.
that might be reading into it a bit literally.
Why couldn't she have just been the bride without having to give the heart?
She is mortal.
Mm.
Masika will not age, and thus be with Strahd forever.
Wait, how old does Vasika look?
18, at least.
Oh my gosh, please, at least. Strahd said that the previous relationship didn't work out because the age gap. Please make her age appropriate.
She looks like a young woman. Yeah.
Okay, good. It was like, wait, the way she was talking. It's
I
the
think
movie
it's the-
trope, Born Hot Yesterday.
Well, I just hope that love is in the heart isn't already full of love for their family. Now, I'm not sure how these things work. I've never transplanted a heart. Mostly work in machines, not creatures. But I just don't understand how you can change that love from family over
Have
to
you
somebody
never-
completely new.
Have you never given a man made of tin a heart?
He says, I work with the flesh, not the metal.
I was saying with Minerva.
No.
Yes, see, I work with machines as the way you appear to work with flesh.
It has been my focus for the past several months since Strahd awoken. The construction
see.
of my golem.
A lot of
It is-
different people are put into desperation since his waking.
I wish to rectify that. No matter the sacrifices.
On that note, who is Cyrus?
Cyrus, he is the oldest living Bellevue. And he was perfected.
What made him perfect? What did you do to him to make this perfection come to fruition?
As you no doubt notice the abnormalities. Abnormalities, bleh, you know what I'm trying to say. The
The
abnormalities
weirdities.
of
Abnormality.
abnormalities
It's like Abbott, kind of.
of the Bellevues.
Abnormal.
And I've spent the last 100 years trying to cure them of that. What started as leprosy. I thought I could cure by grafting healthy parts to them. But it
You
was
couldn't
only...
find
but
enough
it was
human parts.
Sorry, what?
And you could not find enough human parts for the rest? Or do I might have that backwards.
Well, it's just if they're healthy human parts, Vogelsuch, they'd probably be attached to a healthy person.
That's fair, yes. Go on, Jerry.
Saying I was enlightened to a way to be a cure, replacing diseased human parts with that of healthy animals. And for a time they were quite delighted with their new bodies, but it's when the madness began to set in. And once they started having children, well, at that point, could not be reversed. But I prayed and toiled away for a cure ever since.
So these are the offspring of your scientific endeavors of grafting creatures
For
together?
many generations, yes.
Hmm.
And Cyrus was the first I was successful. And he was a wedding gift to Strahd.
People can't be gifts. Even I, a scarecrow, understands this.
You don't understand what?
Even Vogelsuch understands that people should not be gifts. They should not be things.
I gifted him, and from what I understand, he serves as a butler now.
Did Sirius choose to go?
He was quite delighted.
Well, if it's what he wanted, then...
And once Veskina learns all that she can about being a loving wife, they shall be married.
Does Strahd know this yet?
All in due time. I wish her to be perfect.
This seems contingent on whether or not Strahd will accept the young lady.
How could he
That is
not?
a strong...
How could he not reject? I mean, how could he reject someone so designed for him, that will love him regardless of what he did in the past? Vile deeds he's done. My creation will melt his vampiric heart.
What is Vasilka doing while we're saying this over to the side? She's just like staring straight ahead at the chalkboard or
He's
whatever.
probably like fiddling her thumbs, looking around the room, kind of like trying to hear what you're saying. So, you would be so inclined if you would share what you know in the way of love.
I know what it's like to have passion for another.
Minerva is just being silent because she wants to see how Vogelsuch answers this.
And he gestures towards the woman.
Vogelsuch will step forward. Crack my knuckles, see do this. Yes, for a small lesson.
He does say,
Listen.
he must learn quickly. Because,
What I...
Oh, I'm sorry, let me continue.
Go ahead.
She says, she must finish her teachings quickly, for time is running out.
Well, I only know one or two things, if I may. Vasilka, the one thing that I know about having passion for another human is to find them, no matter what. Seek them out. Never stop. Ever.
That's what I plan to do. I'm gonna seek out my beloved Strahd, my husband, future husband, and love him forever.
That too, yes.
But how would I know when I love him?
Well, for me, I'll know when I hate somebody. Maybe it's the same thing, but opposite.
I don't hate him, I love him.
Yes, you do. But I, from experience, only have so much I can give.
Do you love someone too?
I have hated someone.
Irina's looking like I'm giving you looks.
It's
I
the
think you're sending conflicting messages.
yeah.
Maybe
If nobody
that's,
stops, yeah.
maybe that's enough
Go
for
ahead.
now, Vogelsuch. I think you've given what relevant information you could give.
Yes, and as he's being pulled back, yes, remember, seek them out and don't stop until you find them.
Cool.
Be persistent.
That's like Grude's just kind of there, like, what is happening? It's like, so yeah, I guess
Just
it
to be
depends.
clear,
Yeah.
just be clear to everybody at home, to clear my conscience. Vogelsuch is obviously describing his revenants as
Yeah.
not being a creepy dude.
Yeah, no means no, regardless.
Yes.
Move on. So, I maybe a different thing with love, potentially, is, caring for someone, but then there's also, like, them caring for you too. It's a two-way street type thing. So it's like, where, like, it should be at, like, similar levels of loving. It shouldn't be like a lot of love from one person and then just kind of like a bit from the other.
She like nods. So, okay.
Yeah, so like if
So if I
that
love him with all of my heart,
correct.
then he must love me with all of his.
Yep, and you will know that through actions.
Strahd is a
So
very powerful man. He must have lots of love to give.
uh, that's possible.
I don't think those two things are directly related. Some people can have lots of power but no love, and other people can have lots of love and no power. I don't believe they're quite related.
The abbot interjects and goes, Strahd von Zarovich, unfortunately, is without love, but that, my dear, was what you will provide to him. And you will fill the hole in his heart and make him whole once more. She nods. It's very important. Yes. What about...
But it is something that he must also feel in return. If he is not in the position to receive love, he might not be able to feel it. And I'm looking at the abbot when saying this. And just to see, like, so it's best to know, is Strahd ready to receive all this love? Will he be able to?
He goes, that is what I am hoping. My creation will provide him.
Grude in his head has just given up on like this guy, just even knowing like what he's doing. It's like he can't even like say.
If I cannot cure his vampirism, then I shall tame it and free the people of Barovia from his tyranny.
That's a very admirable thing to do for Barovia. I'm sure the people will appreciate that.
Veskina will, after a moment, go, what about flowers? Are flowers a way to show people that you love them?
Gifts are one love language. There's physical touch, there's words of affirmation, there's quality time.
What about flowers?
So that would be gifts, yeah. So that's one. If you find out something that God likes.
Yes, but is flowers the best thing?
So you have to find it out for each individual, so potentially there's a flower in particular that Strahd likes. Then that will mean that you're very considerate of their likes, and you go out of your way to do them.
Yeah. But I want to know about flowers specifically, and before she can kind of finish her thought, the terrible splintering of wood suddenly splits the air, followed immediately by the sound of rattling chains, beating leathery wings, and unintelligible screams of triumph. A moment later, a wide-eyed Cloven Bellevue bursts through the doors, his chest heaving as the Tribuic head upon his shoulder wails in distress. And he goes, Lorenza escaped! And the abbot kind of looks towards the door and he goes, oh dear. If you excuse me, I have matters to attend to. And he kind of quickly makes his way out the door as it closes behind him.
So, you want to know about flowers?
Perhaps this is a good time where we should find and seek out Esmeralda. Vasilka, did you not say that you wanted to meet her?
Oh, I can't.
He might know a lot about flowers.
I can't go anywhere without the abbot's permission.
But you will be in the house, will you not?
No, I can't leave.
Vogelsuch, best not to stress her out. If she doesn't feel comfortable going without the abbot, we shouldn't bring her.
But she eyes the door, and then she eyes the golden sun disk hanging above the fireplace. She goes, can I show you something?
Yes, please.
You must promise to keep it a secret.
Oh, of course.
She heads over to the fireplace. She gives a look at the fire, and she recoils a little bit. And she very quickly lifts up the golden disc. And there is a what's the proper word? There is a clumsily made a garland necklace of red wildflowers. And she goes,
oh, that's quite lovely.
I picked these flowers in the yard without the abbot seeing. He doesn't know I made it.
To the yard?
You would have seen these flowers from the yard outside.
Oh, she got them from the yard. I thought she said take them to the yard.
Oh, no. So, sorry, if I'm speaking softly.
Yes. I got that she picked them and she made it, but
yeah,
he doesn't know that she did that.
I think it's quite lovely.
Why wouldn't the abbot be interested in you being able to make such beautiful garlands?
Because I don't know. And I wanted to give them as a gift.
To whom?
I guess you can call him my brother? He seems very lonely.
Where is he?
Saying, he's in the building across from the courtyard. He goes, I've never met him, but I've seen him through the windows.
Is it where all the screaming's coming from?
He goes, yeah, that's the building.
Okay. All right.
He's saying, he was built before me, but he doesn't have what the abbot calls the spark of life. But since the abbot made us both, then that makes us siblings, right?
I guess so, and it makes more sense to call him father now, on more than one level. Just really quick, Vasilka, do you know why the abbot said time is running out?
I don't know. He seems to be quite a hurry to finish my teachings. I don't know if I'm ready yet. But I think, with your help, what you told me about love, I think I'm so much closer.
I think so. Close to what you were. There's a lot to it.
Quickly, before the abbot returns, she puts Grude, she puts the garland in your hand.
Yeah.
She goes, I can give this to my brother. I think he's lonely and he would very much appreciate it. And he can know that there's someone here who loves him.
Could you like I think I'll probably put it like in his pocket.
Yeah.
Like very carefully.
His robe.
His robe.
Don't let him know. Don't let the abbot know. I don't think he would approve.
Hey, yep. No question that I'll just do it.
Can we hear the scream or animal sounds?
You're hearing the beating of wings and kind of yells from outside. But not.
Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, you go.
Let me know when we can hear those, like the animal sounds from across the way again.
It's almost always omnipresent.
Okay, like if we can hear it from this location is really what I'm asking. Okay, if that's the case,
probably not.
This is probably not going to do anything, but I will cast Comprehend Languages.
Okay, so you cast Comprehend Languages.
Do any of the animal sounds stop being sounds and start being sort of understood by me, as if they were sort of a proto sort of things that are trying to speak but can only bleat?
No, they're just literally animal sounds.
Okay.
Animal, huh?
I will relay this to Grude.
But soon after, you don't get really the chance to tell him anything, because with a deafening clash of shattered glass, a winged figure bursts through one of the main hall's towering windows. The bat-winged Bellevue you saw in the courtyard. Her leathery wings beat desperately, and a heavy wooden post and chain dangle beside her. As quickly as it enters, the figure is violently yanked back, stopped in her airborne escape as the post and chain snag on the corner of the windowsill. A wail of frustration and tears. A wail of frustration tears from her lips as the chain goes taut. And this is much more panic than before. She goes, "Where's Cyrus?" she screams, gnashing her mandibles together. "Want Cyrus! Want Cyrus!"
Cyrus is at the castle. You can fly there.
So from the door, you hear a heavy beating of wings. And then the door...
I will say that before the abbot comes in.
Oh, this is
I will say that though.
Almost immediately.
Okay,
yeah.
Alright.
As the abbot enters, Vasilka kind of eyes the the place where you put the garland very quickly, but sees that you've promptly put it in your robe. But a Colvin is there as well, kind of looking very kind of panicked. But the abbot very calmly kneels down to the bat-like Bellevue and begins to untangle her. Very, very gently and purposefully. And he puts a hand on the side of her head. She calms down a little bit, and she goes, "Cyrus has gone, child. He has moved on to the next stage of his journey. Perhaps you shall join him too someday." And as the chain is free, she just falls to the floor and begins crying uncontrollably. But the abbot kind of has her in his arms. It's like, there. You'll see him soon enough. She hands the chain to Clovis. He goes, if you could return her back with her family. Perhaps the open air was not as calming as I would have thought. Cloven nods. He goes, all right. Follow me. And he kind of looks up at the broken stained glass and is like, then to you, and he apologizes. I thought the fresh air would do her some good for her diseased mind. I was mistaken.
And which disease is that?
I mean, she already mentioned what it was.
Like the leprosy turned animal stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He goes, sometimes the mind decays faster than normal, and they must be kept away for their own protection.
I see.
But Cyrus has proceeded to the next stage of his journey. It is difficult, however, for the other Bellevues to hear that they have been left behind. I prefer not to discuss it with them often, for it tends to upset them, and to no meaningful end.
Well, then I won't push it either. It's just very sad to see somebody so distraught.
But, the abbot will go, I believe I've kept you here long enough. I thank you greatly for your contribution to the lesson today. He goes, and as I promised, I will show you to Miss Deaver's room.
Thank you very much.
Yes.
It was a very lovely lesson. I hope to see you again.
Remember,
It was lovely
never,
to meet you.
Remember, never stop.
Grude will grab Vogelsuch before he finishes the thing. He's like, yeah.
And she says, I will guide you personally to the East Wing, since Cloven is otherwise occupied. And he will gesture to the doorway. To this room over, this doorway over here.
Well, I'm following. I don't know about the rest of you.
Yeah, we're going.
Head over as well.
The screams do get louder as you approach.
I will flinch. Minerva definitely flinches when they're like one of the... Have you ever had those Halloween tapes? Like the cassette,
Yeah.
and then there would just be like these blood-curdling screams and stuff all of a sudden. I'm imagining it's like that, where like you think you can handle it and everything's like okay for a bit, and then there's just this one that rips out and you're like, ah!
So, just beyond the doorframe stands a towering figure exceeding 7 feet in height, its shoulders broad and hulking. A patchwork of skin, varying in color, texture, and age, covers its body, crudely sewn together with thick, dark thread that zigzags across its form like a cartographer's nightmare. Muscles bulge unnaturally, as if overstuffed, and you can see places where the stitching has been pulled tight, the skin almost tearing from the tension. Its eyes are deep, empty sockets filled with dark, glassy material that's reflecting no light. Arms hang by its side, each finger elongated and tipped with a jagged nail, resembling more of claws of a beast than the hands of a man. Behind you, you do hear all the commotion. But the abbot will step forward and go, "Please escort our guest to Miss Deaver's chambers." And he just says it simply and bluntly, and then turns away. And he goes, "Enjoy your stay. May the morning Lord shine upon you."
And so same with you.
And also with you.
But this lightless corridor has multiple doors behind which lie creatures that shatter the quiet with their mad cackles and whispered curses. The stench is overpowering.
Stench of what? Can I, like...
Give me a nature check.
Absolutely.
Grude will.
Smells like Grude.
22 for Grude.
22.
Does Grude, like, actually smell really nice, though? Like, he's, like, very much...
Yeah,
like a
it's
moth.
actually-
I think I've prestidigitation, yeah.
I mean, it's filth.
Yep, it's built. Like, yeah, soiled.
I mean, you imagine there's dozens and dozens of unwashed, filthy, dog-like creatures.
That's true, we haven't seen a bathroom once since we've been here.
It's just like the Enterprise. There's no bathroom here.
You know, there actually is a bathroom in one of the Star Treks.
One whole bathroom.
One of the movies, yeah.
The original series, I think it doesn't have it, though, was the...
Yeah.
I just remember there was, like, a big complaint that an engineer broke down the ship, and they're like, there's literally no bathroom.
Yeah, one of the movies, at some point, I forget how or when, they go to, like, a bathroom and, like, a toilet stall kind of comes up from the wall. And, like, he sits down on it because it's, like, a safe place to talk or something.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a fun little thing that game designers or world designers sometimes forget.
So you are face to face with this much more gnarly looking flesh golem. He just kind of looks down, maybe not to Grude. I think him and Grude are maybe almost the same height. Grude's not 7 feet though. I think
No, he's
that
not.
high. Yeah. So
Are you half orc or are you full orc?
I'm an arc.
He's full orc, yeah.
Yeah.
But he kind of stands there expectantly, waiting for you to kind of enter.
Vogelsuch has no nose, he'll enter no problem.
Yep.
I guess, so this is Vasilka's brother?
Is it?
Irina goes, "You're so," and she has her hand. She pulled up her scarf over her face, over her mouth and nose.
Grude will hand the flower thing, be like, "Hey, your sister, Silica, was like, can you give this to my brother?" And I was like, "Yeah." And here I am, giving it to you.
She wanted you to know that somebody loves you and is thinking about you.
He just looks at it, doesn't do anything.
If you just like, I'll put it. Is there like a spot where you maybe sit, or
Not really, no.
just kind of stand? I think it would be bad of me to just put it over his head. I don't know if it'd fit, honestly.
It looks pretty big. She took that into account.
Oh, that is so considerate.
And also really hard because she's literally seeing him from like a street away.
Her optical measuring is ridiculous. Yeah, I just feel like she'll get in trouble if I put it on him. I'll put it just kind of in like a corner somewhere near where he generally is taking up space.
Okay. Like put it in the corner of this room.
Yeah.
There's some like broken benches they can put over there.
Yeah, just sort of like it's like so it's in the same space as him.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you can put it there. He kind of watches you, but makes no motions, no expression.
Or if you ever thinking of your sister to someone, you could just look over at the flowers and they'll be here with you too, as like a representational object of a person. I assume there's no response to that.
Zero response.
And then like kind of continue on.
He's just kind of like, it's like you're escorting an NPC, but you're not keeping up with him. He's just like waiting at the top here.
Yeah, I'm guessing like this is what they meant, but like there's no spark in this person.
Yeah.
Vogelsuch will stand next to him and also be, like blank stare at everybody else, like where are they going? Why aren't they coming?
Yeah.
I'm making my way in. Just
Irina holds her breath, like, okay, let's go. Like, okay, let's go. And the golem will walk up to this set of stairs.
You see what's up this... Oh, we're already upstairs.
That's where we're going, yeah.
Oh, V and Romaia. It's like you're always 2 steps ahead of us.
Well,
I know, I'm
hoping
joking,
they were
Joey.
there.
I'm joking.
I always assume that all my friends will be together.
Nope, it's a good way to do it.
now we have a giant gaping hole of loss and grief.
And about 10 feet.
The icons are messing up. I'm gonna refresh real quick. Yeah, Jumpgate still has a problem where sometimes when I place tokens, break duplicates of themselves.
JavaScript is complicated. This might actually be straight up with JavaScript anymore.
But he will open this door right here. And simply stand there.
Which door will he open? Oh,
This
next to
side.
the,
Sorry, west side.
head on out.
Show what it is.
Minerva follows Vogelsuch.
And Grude's there too.
Scarecrows line the abbey walls, looking outward. They wear tattered chain shirts and carry spears with rusty heads. The courtyard below is blanketed with fog. So below you can see the courtyard where you were at before. The flesh golem does not step outside with you, but gestures to this doorway here.
Head over to the door after eyeing the scarecrows as they go by and kind of silently judging them.
I assume they look very similar to Vogelsuch.
I mean, in the sense that they're scarecrows, yeah.
Yeah.
Minerva, you fell off the wall!
She's so clumsy.
But we're gonna take a little break.
As you remove Vio and Romaia from the next room.
As I acquaint myself with what's next. Again.
Here,
Alright.
goes. Welcome back.
So to be honest, we're expecting the Abbott's flesh golem to be a The Bride of
I was not
Frankenstein.
expecting an Isle of Dr. Moreau going on here.
Or the fact
But-
that, like, yeah, she's a very nice lady.
Yeah.
I tried to,
That's a,
I tried
that's a
to
good
play up
figure.
last time that like the abbot was making like a disgusting like abomination.
Oh yeah, no, it totally worked. Totally worked, Joey.
100%. You got me.
You're gone.
Y'all got.
got. But it's yeah, I'm just worried for her safety. Also, why is he creating so many people?
Well, they're now saying that they're descendants. He's not I mean, he's obviously created the ones that are stitched
So-
together, but
Yeah. No, those ones. So
which,
which
which
two goals?
implies
Like
that
goals.
which implies that the animal people are procreating with each other.
Yeah. So what? I kind of messed up. Not messed up. Maybe it wasn't clear. Like, the abbot was trying to cure this mysterious disease. Had a revelation, which he was vague about.
Mhm.
Started to replace the decaying parts with animal parts, which didn't last very long because they started to go mad. And Mark is right; they just started reproducing with mostly each other for generations.
Because the thing
So
is,
they're
if they,
animal freaks and they're inbred.
well, okay, but was it one family that had the disease, or was it just random people who had the disease? And so
I believe it was one family. That's why they're the Bellevues. Yeah.
The Belvederes.
Yeah, so I was looking up like leprosy. You just need antibiotics, but it's very specific, and I'm sure Barovia doesn't have them.
You don't have penicillin. Solve all their problems.
A little bit.
This is still in an era where they would just send people with leprosy to an island.
It's like fantasy leprosy. It's something that you just can't
Yeah.
cure with like
Yeah.
like a cure disease or whatever.
Yeah, because there's just something a little bit extra about it,
Yeah.
whether it be magic or whatever.
I was also like, Grude at one point was just gonna like vent the whole time, but maybe not in the Abbots like area, about how from the diary basically that we read from Strahd, how he never had the concept of love to begin with because he just wanted this woman, but he didn't actually love her.
Yeah, it was like
Like, he-
not lust,
as much as-
but
He thought he was a nice guy, which
yeah.
you know what that means.
Friend zoned. If Tatiana had an OnlyFans, then he would donate thousands and thousands of dollars, expecting to get a.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Total Tatiana simp. Joey, turn orders open again. Why do you keep doing this? You said no combat.
I don't think I did that.
I can't wait to fight.
We're fighting the golem.
So we're gonna fight the girl. I can't even imagine how much that would mess up the whole story if we just like killed her. I don't feel like my character could do that, but I just feel like somebody would.
Yeah.
That could maybe be. I don't even think Romaia would do that. She just feels so bad for the girl.
Yeah, I'm sad Jess isn't here for this one. I was looking forward to. Like I
So
almost
what's
thought
love?
about. I almost thought about postponing it, but I just didn't know when we'll get to play again. So
So what's love? Oh, honey, love is basically 20 gold pieces.
Yeah.
Now, if you raise that to 30 gold pieces,
That is so good.
love is anything you want it to be.
It just make sure it's always no strings attached. Give clear confirmation of what's expected.
and money up front.
What do you think Strahd's safe word is?
Tatiana.
Oh,
That would be a unusual one.
awful.
It ends like
It's something
after
easier to say. It's 3 syllables.
Pineapple, pineapple.
Those don't even exist here.
Yeah, I don't even know what they are.
Blinksy!
Put two random words together.
Scream.
Pine and apple.
Yes, to make my safe word apple pine.
I'm gonna ask Jess that later.
You probably don't know this, but there's the Ojibwe word, which is an indigenous region. The longest word they have is apple pie, because they don't have a word for pie, so it's literally describing like a lined pastry filled with sugar and fruit that has a crisscross pattern of pastry on top.
You know what you do in that case? You just invent the word pie.
Good, but it's really funny because it's so long.
Yeah.
It's like a
This is
German
why we
word,
have-
kind of.
Yeah.
It's why because with German, for nouns, you can basically just keep compounding words, and it doesn't hyphenate or anything like that. It becomes one word.
I think the longest one for German is it's a word, but it's like giving a barmaid giving beer at a bar, something. It's like along those lines, and it's like it's super long.
How much beer can a
David
barmaid
Hasselhoff.
beer?
If a barmaid beered at a bar.
So, just beyond the door frame stands a. Oh wait, that's the golem. So the room, which the abbot said was, or one of the Bellevue says was actually old barracks, stands slightly ajar, right here.
Vogelsuch will just probably just head on in.
And as you get closer, you hear the sound of chalk.
Yeah, that doesn't deter him.
Oh, can you not see? It's actually over here.
Oh, that's where I thought
Well,
we
we
were going all
took
the way
the
across
long
the
way.
Yeah, let's go all the way around.
Yeah, because he's like you're like the golem opens up this door, and then you didn't move from outside to see which door he opens.
Where's Grude following us?
I'm
Just went back
Back
together.
this way, there you go.
just following you guys.
Yeah.
Oh, you knew what you were
Yep.
doing.
No,
Vogelsuch will. Good.
we were looking at the scarecrows. Yes, that's right.
Stop looking at me. Yeah, but we'll just go right on in.
Okay, yeah. Sorry, getting everything ready.
She looks delightful.
Where? Sorry, I had some music planned out, but I can't find it.
I tend to use like the playlists, but I use them as folders, just so I can like segment things off.
Here it is. I don't know why they don't have a search for this. At the center of the chamber, a 10-foot square secretion purge of mold stands in stark contrast to the surrounding rot. Well, let me read what the book says first. Okay, it doesn't say much. Bunk beds that have disintegrated with age lie in heaps along the walls of this moldy 30-foot square room. At the center of the chamber, a 10-foot secretion purged of mold stands in stark contrast to the surrounding rot. An unrolled bedroll stands within the small island of cleanliness, accompanied by a worn backpack and a trio of stealth weapons lying nearby. Beside this small camp stands a half-finished chalk circle, nearly 10 feet across. An olive-skinned Vistani woman stands crouching along its edge, her long, black, frizzy hair tied back with a wide, orange-red headband. She wears a mud-stained long coat of similar color, a well-oiled suit of studded leather armor catching the light just beneath it. She seems to be wearing boots of two different colors, one an ordinary brown, the other colored a dull metallic copper. She glares at a snap piece of chalk in one of her hands. And let me show you the artwork. So this is what.
Oh, she's so cool. Oh, she's got a prosthetic leg that's...
So, yeah, you notice almost immediately that she's not wearing two different color boots, that one of her leg is a metallic wraption.
She could very easily double as like a pirate, honestly. Same art. It's great.
Minerva's
Esmeralda.
very interested.
But not looking up, looking at the piece of chalk. She goes, "Well, I know you're not here to kill me, given all the ruckus you were making." She
Yes.
stands up.
That
And you
wasn't
broke...
us,
Sorry,
maybe.
one more thing. And you
Go ahead.
made me break my chalk.
Well, I can help with that. And Minerva's gonna reach over and touch the chalk and use mending.
You take the two
Yeah,
pieces
just-
of chalk and put them together. Spend 10 minutes mending it back together.
Mending is 1 minute.
1
I think it's
minute,
1 minute.
I mean,
Yeah,
I
just
know
wait, it'll be done soon.
it feels longer when it's like happening and you're not doing anything else, but if we keep talking, it won't feel as long.
She goes, "I have other pieces of chalk."
Well, you would be surprised how many opportunities I don't get to do this.
And how often do you barge into a lady's room without introducing yourself?
Well, I know I've done
Many.
it more than once. How about you, Vogelsuch?
Many times, I believe every time.
Her
Yes,
eyes
I-
start. Her eyes start to you, Vogelsuch.
Hello, I am Vogelsuch.
She goes, "That outfit isn't fooling anyone."
It is not a disguise.
I said, I mean the cloak. You wear a cloak.
It is not a
almost everywhere.
disguise. I do have a cloak of protection.
Yeah. Yes. Yep, I heard rumors of you.
Are they
Yes.
of my dashing good looks?
She just laughs. Goes, no.
What have you heard of me? I have been trying to collect such information.
I've heard there was a group of adventurers. He goes, daughter of a burgermeister. Tropsing all around Barovia. She puts her hand on her hip. So that's what I've heard.
That's it. It's not
Feels
much, is it?
fairly accurate.
Yes.
Says, well, since only one of you introduced yourself, let me introduce myself. And she gives she gives herself like an over-exaggerated bow. And he goes, Esmeralda, Debonair, at your service.
Nice to meet you. I'm sorry, it's Grude.
Yeah.
I was just like, I just kind of spaced.
He wasn't meaning to be rude, but he is just Grude.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
I get it. And it has been a long time since I've seen an orc. how tall you guys are. Look at you.
Yeah, I'm up there, huh?
Yeah. Turns to you, Minerva.
Hello, my name is Minerva. I like crafting, as I see that you mayhaps. Like, actually, I'm gonna look at the. She's writing with chalk on the wall or on the floor.
The floor.
What is on the floor?
Give me either Arcana or Religion check.
Grid's on it.
Ooh. Ooh. Okay, but can you?
You can probably.
Oh, you won.
You can probably tell that this is some sort of being made for some sort of ritual. You notice
I
very
see.
particular like runes surrounding it.
Are the runes anything similar to the cairns for the fanes that we've seen?
No.
Cool. Okay.
I thought you said Karens.
I also thought that.
That's kind of how I think it says. It cairns?
Fanes.
But like the stack of stones I think are called cairns.
Carns.
Aaron,
Carns are kind of like graves.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
So like where you started the
Go ahead,
ghost
go ahead.
was the Carn. The Fanes are like a religious monument.
Okay, cool. Thank you.
But no, it's unrelated.
Vogelsuch will touch the ground. Just lean down, touch the ground. Do any of the runes translate as through my comprehend languages? If they are runes, they don't. If they're language, they will. They're written language.
Let me see.
I'm guessing it doesn't. They're probably just imagining, but just in case.
You can see that
You
they're runes, not a language.
Okay. That lasts an hour, by the way. Comprehend languages. So.
Okay. Say enough. What you looking at, buddy?
A teleportation circle?
Not
Is this
quite.
how you leave Barovia? For your people?
What do you mean, my people?
Are you not Vistani?
I'm just kidding. He goes,
Vogelsuch does not laugh.
yeah. I can leave the mist whenever I wish. Though I don't travel with a caravan. And I'm guessing, judging by your weaponry, we're all stuck here.
That would be one way of putting it,
I
yes.
think your silence is a yes, but
Yeah, we're kind of stuck.
what brings you to this wonderful place? As she gestures to the moldy beds that on the ends of the room, and with such wonderful keepers.
What was our goal?
Jeez, Mark.
I'm a scarecrow. What do I do? I know we're here to investigate what's going on with giving the heart, but now we know what's going on with that.
She's also tracking down the sun.
You were told she was tracking down Ilya. You also
Right.
she was also part of the prophecy of an ally against Strahd.
Okay, yeah. A little bird told us that we could seek you out. I believe that bird's name was Esmeralda.
Her eyes go wide. You go. How do you know that name?
I was talking to her.
Have you been
Yes.
near my wagon?
Yeah. Your wagon wasn't. No, was there? We're at the tower. Or wasn't our wagon gone?
The wagon was there. That's how we went over
Yeah.
to it, found Esmeralda.
You didn't hurt her, did you?
Oh goodness. Oh no, she's just helping us out. We're trying to find stuff to help out a family, the Voctors. So yeah, she helped us out a lot.
Not the Bachners.
It was the Vistani girl was
Sorry,
missing.
the Vizant girl. I thought it was like the mirror for the.
Not the Vistani girl.
No,
Wait,
I thought it was. Isn't that where we went to get the stuff for the ghost? Girl?
You mean why you were there? Okay.
Yeah.
I thought you were talking about the prophecy. Or
No,
No, not the prophecy.
I thought you were talking about the werewolf.
not this
thing.
time.
Yeah.
No, the kidnapped girl slash.
Yeah, okay, I got you.
I'm not incorrect.
Yep, you were right. I was wrong. She kind of listens to your story. He goes, well, that is interesting. Saying,
Yep.
well, I'm glad you know to stay out of people's residence.
Well, it felt rude.
By the way, you could have knocked. I would have
Vogelsuch will go over to the wall and knock.
I would have had one more piece of chalk.
I believe it's back together right about now.
That's impressive.
Thank you.
So you talked to my chicken, and she told you to find me.
Well, not exactly. We talked to your chicken, and well, something else told us to find you.
Can we just say perhaps Madam... Oh dear, what was her name again?
Ava.
Madam Ava was the one who kind of hinted at it, and then, I think Van Richten also, he was aware of her because he got the cart from her, or something.
You met Van Richten?
Yes.
Rudolph Van Richten.
Yes. He's
So
quite helpful. Cares quite a lot for people.
he's alive.
Yes.
Well, that's somewhat of a relief.
He was in hiding for a bit.
Why was he hiding?
No. Under the guise of another persona.
Yes, Rictavio, the entertainer and bard.
Well,
He's taken.
go ahead.
He is currently protecting a young girl.
If he was hiding, I don't want to know about it.
I guess the less people that know about it, the less people.
Exactly, the less people know about what he is. That's somewhat of a relief.
Now back to the matter of the teleportation circle.
Not a
If it is
teleportation.
not one.
Not
What
a
is
teleportation, sir. I was about
What is it for?
to perform a seance, if you must know. Hoping to get some answers about that man they call the Abbot.
The guy that's just over there.
It's like, yes. I'm hoping some connection to this place. Some old spirits might be able to provide me with some answers, but I've been a little preoccupied. I've been doing a favor for family friend. Family friend, past few days.
Dimitri.
Well, you are full of surprises. You know Dimitri.
Yes, and we are on a first name basis. That's why I said that.
Yeah, he must really like you. Or he must really trust you if you let him call him by his first name.
Yes, well, we know about his predicament and about why it's so important for you to find his son.
Oh. Well, again, you are full of surprises. He goes, yes, I owe that family a lot. And, Though I couldn't even begin to repay them, I thought finding their son would be a good first step. Saying, saved my life. You would have believed it. Pats on her prosthetic leg.
It's very impressive.
What happened?
That is a story for another time. And after all, we just met. Not telling you my life story right now, am I?
You'd be the first person to not to.
Yeah, people tend to do that when you meet them, huh?
It's like kind of weird, but like I guess kind of nice that
It's
they
like,
just
this is
trust
who
you.
I am, this is all my problems, and, you know, it'd be great if you could fix it. Of course, it's not a problem for the great Esmeralda Debonair, Monster Hunter Supreme.
Yeah.
Or so they say.
Esmeralda,
He goes,
are you the one who killed me?
Oh, I forgot about that. I'm sorry we didn't stop him.
That is a good question.
Hmm.
That would... It depends on what you are, exactly.
I don't believe I was a monster before I took this form. At least not a physical monster. But I do not remember.
I could tell right away that you weren't human when I entered the room. She kind of puts her hand on her chin.
I was human. I don't consider myself much of one anymore.
Something that was once alive, if I had to guess.
Mm-hmm.
Why a scarecrow, though? That seems pretty random. Like, is it like a fashion statement, or what's going on here?
I assumed it was because I was bipedal and had a scythe. I haven't put too much thought into why I became this, but rather who made me this.
You were one of those scarecrows that were on the walls over there, were you? Come to life. It's like, I could have sworn I looked those over and they weren't alive.
No, he's been with us for a while. He's cool.
Okay.
My clothing is much better than what was under those ratted old strawmen. We took a sidetrack here. We were on our way to Vogelsuch to investigate my...
What on earth is a Vogelhost?
The Vogelsuch. Is it... Vocal? I don't have it written in a quick place I can find it.
Argynvost.
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 Vogelsuch with Argynvost.
Argynvost Holt.
Argynvost Holt. That's what it is. Vost Holt. That's what's throwing me off. Heading to Argynvost Holt. On our way, we needed to stop here.
Yeah, you still haven't been completely clear that why you were seeking me out. Very busy woman.
There's like a prophecy that maybe you can help us defeat Strahd. Seems.
Oh, right to the point.
Yeah, we gotta get going.
Defeating Strahd, is that why you're all here? She has a smirk. Say, is that why the Burgermeister's daughter's here? Or, Burgermeister's sister? He goes,
Like, maybe.
Look at you, defeating Strahd. Does sound fun. Won't lie. Imagine Esmeralda Debonair, Slayer of Strahd.
Sounds pretty cool.
But she turns serious for a second and goes, that would be something of great importance. And I think something worthy of my talents. But I do have priorities at the moment.
What could be more important than stopping the lord of this land?
Saving that boy for one.
like we're not doing it like right now. So I think actually, yeah, if we do that, because also I kind of did you hear about the deal that family is doing with the abbot?
He nods. He goes, "That's why I'm here, investigating the abbot. If I can find out what he is, I can potentially find a way to defeat him. Whatever he is, he's something powerful."
Any like idea of like what? Because yeah, I've also been like, what's this guy's deal?
She shakes her head. He goes, "I had a conversation with him, and I tried to get information out of. Said he came to this abbey over nearly 100 years ago. Excuse me. Over 100 years ago. And that he met Strahd over 400 years ago. He doesn't seem like a vampire. He's not an elf.
Perhaps he is nearly immortal.
She like loves messing with stuff, like people.
Yes, it's weird. He's been combining people and things and flesh and people.
Oh, and these poor Bellevues, too. Heard about them. Heard their story, too. He claims he's been trying to fix them for 100 years, but he seems more preoccupied with that monstrosity.
I feel really bad for that. The one that he made to like give to Strahd. Also, he doesn't seem to understand the concept of love, which I don't know.
She may look like a person, but she's a monster underneath. I know.
I could get that.
It's hard to see sometimes. Irina does speak up though and goes, "She said she has the spark of life. I think she might be more than what she appears."
I tend to agree. She seems to just be somebody who's caught up in circumstances of being engineered something, and fortunately I fear she will just be a lamb sent into the slaughter.
So you might be right about that, but been hunting monsters as long as I have. She goes, "That's what the seance is for. I was hoping some old spirit from this place give me some answers." Tell you what, the quest does intrigue me. Because I can help you on your journey, but you have to help me. You can help me find out, I have a good idea of where Isla's being held. You help me rescue him. Then I'd be more than happy to join you.
That kind of works for us too, because like I want to help that kid and that family.
Yeah, it's terrible what's happening to them.
I concur.
It's okay, Vogelsuch.
I admit I don't have much feeling in the way of protecting. Although my compatriots are worthy of that. He's sort of like thinking aloud at that point.
She nods and goes, "Well, that's great then, because I was able to interrogate a werewolf I captured, and I think I located their den on in a cave near Lake Zarovich. And he let spill that the pack is going hunting beyond the mist tomorrow night. I don't know if they'll be gone for 12 hours or 12 days, but their lair will be relatively unguarded around that time, so that's when I plan to sneak in."
You were planning on doing this all alone?
Yes. Until you guys came here. Now it's going to be even easier.
It is easier to sneak with 5, 6, 7 people than 1, yes.
I don't think that's true, Vogelsuch, but I think it's better to be safer with that amount of people.
Listen, I can handle a werewolf, but even if the majority of the pack is gone, I'm still may need some backup. And with you guys here, we'll have no problem. Great heroes that you are.
Yes, no problem at all. Especially with being sneaky, as Minerva has a disadvantage because she is wearing you know what, it's like a
Grude is also at disadvantage with stuff too.
yeah, I'm not very good at stealth.
What's Grude wearing that has disadvantage?
I'm not sure what it is. I just know I have a disadvantage on stealth.
Actually, mine says light armor. I don't know what I.
One second, let me just double check this.
But anyways, it doesn't make sense. It doesn't bother for the story. I'll just check this on my own time.
Grude should only be able to wear. Can
I have scale mail.
Oh, that's medium
I've scale
armor.
mail.
Yeah. Okay.
Yep. Same with that's the problem with Minerva.
Yeah, he's Esmeralda goes. You guys need to upgrade your armor.
Oh, probably. But
It's hard finding a store around here.
Jeez, I
Yeah,
know.
we just literally also haven't looked for a store ever since Blinsky's ran out of.
Oh, you met Blinsky?
Yeah.
Oh,
If it's not fun,
it's not a Blinsky.
Yeah.
Oh, I love that guy. How's he doing?
He is
Not
shopping
great.
out of business, and he is last seen crying on the street about not having anywhere to sell his toys.
You know, when I went to him looking for a new leg, he said he could take some time out of his very important toy making work to make me a new leg. He pats her at her leg again. But to be honest, he seemed more proud of the toys. But this is the best leg I've ever had. Gotta tell the truth.
That's wonderful.
He even has a signature. And even on the thing it says if no good, it's no Blinksy.
Oh, Andy from Toy Story?
Yeah. He says, since you're all saying, and if you're all heading to Argynvostholt, might need a helping hand from an experienced monster hunter.
Yeah, we get many hands make light work.
Usually I charge a hot meal, but I'm guessing you guys don't have much of that.
Grude, can you make a good berry?
Oh, you got good berries?
Good berry fills people up for 8 hours a day. It is the sustenance for the day.
I don't think I do.
Ah.
Let me double check my. Just in case, I got some good berry.
It's
It would
level
be.
1.
It's a spell. You would need to.
Yeah, I don't think I did not take that. No.
It's only really important if you're doing
Or if you need to feed someone a hot meal.
Isn't it just a berry though? Like, what's the hot meal?
So it's not a hot meal, but it does fill you up for the. It does provide enough food for the day, if I'm remembering correctly.
Yeah, it's like a llamas bread from Lord of the Rings.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's just.
It's like a bite can keep you sustained for the entire day.
The berry provides enough nourishment to sustain a creature for 1 day.
Well, don't have it.
Let me see what I have in my inventory. The holy symbol, holy water, ink made from wine, mirror, a wooden stake.
Oh, those are
Well.
very useful.
But not food.
Figure something out. Besides, I need to keep my investments safe if you're killed by all those spirits in Argynvostold. Then you can't help me rescue that boy.
Well, then it sounds like a fair trade. We will get you a hot meal at some point in the coming days.
That's what I like to hear. She will, said I was just about to finish my seance circle when I was most rudely interrupted.
I'm gonna look over at the door. Does it have a lock on it?
Nope.
So I won't be able to make a snarky comment. Please continue.
And a good music.
Find the right music, and then Monster Mash starts playing.
Do you guys know how to do the mash?
The Monster Mash?
Yes, you do the mash.
I can mash potato. I can do the twist.
I heard it's a midnight smash.
Gone in a flash.
But then it's gone in a flash. But she will finish up the circle with her newly repaired piece of chalk. And she reaches into her coat and produces a deck of Tarokka cards. She begins to shuffle them and lay them face down in a circle all around the. She lays the entire deck out flat across the center of the chalk. She informs you that, like a spirit board, the cards will allow spirits to communicate with them across the veil. She says, I'm a bit clairvoyant, so I think I can interpret the cards. Not as good as Madame Ava, of course, but do my best. You can only ask them. Spirits answer can only answer. They can only answer 10 questions, which is a very arbitrary number, but that's the way it works.
We've talked to a severed head before. We know about arbitrary numbers.
Oh, no kidding, huh? Never talked to just a head. What was that like?
Kind of like talking to a whole body, actually.
Yeah, I guess it's really not that much different. It's like she kind of murmurs as she finishes up laying the cards down. It's like, wonder how they talk. Always wondered how they talked with, like, no air in their lungs, especially no body. It's weird.
I myself have thought the same thing from time to time.
Well, we have a quiet moment. Since you mentioned Madame Ava and prophecies, that remind you of Arabelle. And you realize that the doll, the clothes that she put on her doll, matches Esmeralda's exactly. The orange coat and bandana, the curly hair, and even the prosthetic leg had the twig where she accidentally ripped it.
Ooh.
She named it Esmeralda too, so there you go.
Right.
See how clever I am, guys?
For a good joy.
I just wanted to remember, so connect the dots. So any of you been a seance before?
No.
Actually, I don't believe
I
I
think
have.
Grude maybe in character has.
Well, we have actually. More of
Was
the.
it a seance or was it
We called the spirits to the house where we had the dinner at the lady who took
Walker?
over town.
No, not
Walker, yeah,
Walkers.
I believe.
Yeah.
No.
No,
That-
it wasn't a seance because we were just trying to get into the ephemeral place, and then her daughter's soul was just kind of around. We didn't really have to invoke it.
Yeah, we
It
won't
was
be
much easier than a seance, actually.
we won't be entering the ethereal plane, but this will allow a spirit from the ethereal plane interact with cards, potentially answer some questions for us, and we'll get some answers about that mysterious abbot. So, Esmeralda's eyes meet each of yours in turn before closing. She bows her head, black curls cascading across her shoulders, softly begins to chant. The air thickens as if charged with static, and the hairs on your arms begin to stand on end. You feel the soft scrape of chalk against stone as one by one the lines of the pentagram, it's a pentagram, begin to, you probably would have recognized that. The lines of the pentagram begin to slowly glow faintly, emanating a soft silver light. A low radiant hum fills the room, vibrating through the floor and into the soles of your feet, as if the very stones of the abbey have joined in the chant. The ambient sounds beyond the walls fade away, leaving only the rhythmic cascade of Esmeralda's whispered incantations, which rise and fall like a distant tide. The air grows colder, each breath forming wisps of mist that rise and swirl above your heads. Just imagining that scene from Bill and Ted's Bogus Journey when they're doing the seance.
Nice.
Spirits.
Excellent.
Spirits, Esmeralda murmurs, swing faintly. We seek your wisdom and knowledge. The abbot of this abbey has fallen into darkness and corruption. Aid us and tell us how the stains upon his soul may be cleansed. There is a pause, and then the temperature plunges, your skin prickling fiercely. You feel a sudden sense of being watched as a unmistakable yet unseeable presence settles like a shroud across the room. Esmeralda's eyes snap open, and she goes, "We are not alone."
Oh. Cool.
It's cool.
It's quite cold in here, too.
Yep, that happens. She goes, 10 questions. She goes, I know what I want to say, but I'll let you do the honors.
Vogelsuch will actually stand back because he knows this is important, and he's not going to waste the question that he knows he will say.
Don't you dare! It's like both looking at you, like as you stand up, like, is he gonna say it? Is that? And then it's like, okay, good.
If you have one left over, just maybe let me use it, but I will not take it.
Honestly, like it might actually be the time when I'm not gonna bring it up. Like, so, I guess I don't know if this is too vague of a question, but like, what is the abbot?
What is the abbot?
The abbot is an okay guy.
He's a bro.
Oh, sick. Okay, cool. So like bad vibes that will like throw him off his game.
So, one of the cards flips, which has the word healer on the card. And Esmeralda goes, healing, curing of diseases, or those who practice the healing arts. But then the card flips back over. Then another card flips. And it says, the Broken One. It says this is the card of defeat and failure or despair. You could have lost someone, lost something important, or feels incomplete in some way. But then the card flips over again, but nothing else moves.
Yeah, it's kind of tricky.
The answers are vague, but it's how you interpret the cards once you put them all together. That's when you get your answers.
Perhaps ask what is the abbot's motivation?
Because like the
They'll
motivation
stay between
seems, yeah, it seems to be like pretty genuine, but just poorly executed.
us. Perhaps ask it the abbot's motivation. Find if it's of ill intent.
Yeah, I guess it'll be okay.
The healer card flips over.
Well, I was talking between. Does that count? I was trying to talk between us.
Oh, I'm sorry. Was this between you?
Yeah.
Well, I think
Yeah, but we all said okay, so
yeah.
Okay. Then Vogelsuch will go up and say, "What is the abbot's actual intent?
Esmeralda goes, it's a little...
Motivations? What is his motivation? Sorry."
Esmeralda goes, it's a little complex as the healer card flips over again. And Esmeralda goes, it's very vague, but he is obviously trying to heal something. Irina says,
Yeah.
you said the abbot had a disease upon him. Perhaps there's a way to cure him.
maybe we could ask. Should we ask what is the disease or what is the cure?
What is the cure?
That sounds alright. Is that good with you, Grude?
Yeah.
What? Yeah, it's fine, sure.
Whatever. I don't
Yeah,
care.
fine, whatever. I asked one. You all get one.
A moment passes and a card flips that says the artifact. Because this one's self-explanatory. It's some kind of object, in this case, that we probably must obtain.
Could we ask where that artifact is?
Catching on. And she asks, where can we obtain this artifact? The first card flips, and it says, the Dark Lord.
Well, that's not good.
Oh,
Well, we are going there anyways, so.
This card signifies a powerful individual of an evil nature whose goals have enormous and far-reaching consequences. Well, I wonder who that could be.
Next card comes out and flips over and it says the squirrel.
Oh no, it's the prophecies of D's.
Curse of D's.
Curse of D's. Curse of what? Curse of D's nuts.
Gotcha!
Gotcha!
Somewhere Randy is laughing.
The curse of D's. What's D's? Curse of D's nuts. Sorry, that joke is
That sounds as bad as Ligma. What?
It's like, what? Where can we find this? In the Ligma. Where's Ligma? But another card will flip.
That's we ask. What is Ligma?
What is Ligma?
No, we didn't ask. We didn't ask a fifth question.
No.
Unless it is flipping and okay.
This is a part
gotcha.
of another question. The second card flips and it says the Donjon.
Ooh.
Which is well, this just confirms it. This powerful figure is in isolation or in imprisonment. And a prisoner of his own beliefs. Well, it just confirms it, Strahd. Somewhere in his castle, if I had to guess.
Well, what next then?
You'd ask if
We
it's
know.
any more specific.
Well, should we try to be more specific?
Have you ever seen that castle? It's huge.
No, only from the outside. Well, we ask where in the donjon is the artifact? Perhaps? Look to the rest of the group. No one has any other ideas.
So I looked up this word. I didn't know what it was.
Donjon?
Yeah. Do you know, Mark?
Yeah. It's a weird, like, I think archaic version of like dungeon, or in the same sense of
Yeah,
dungeon.
it's like a fortified secret like spot that it's hard to penetrate.
Yeah. How do we get through the donjon?
Is there a dragon in this donjon?
Where they watch Dandanon.
You ask that question, and the donjon card flips over. We ask a little more specific, and she goes, must be deep below the castle. Perhaps in the catacombs.
Well, I'm not sure if dinner guests are allowed access there, but maybe we'll figure our way through there.
Dinner guest.
Can we ask how can we...
I'll inquire about
Okay.
dinner later. Don't know how long the spirit will be here.
Could we ask how we could defeat Strahd?
Well, I know we need that sword. Maybe we can ask about that sword, where that sword is? The sun sword?
Go for it.
Brother's sword? I'm gonna go for asking where is his brother's sword.
That has nothing to do with the Abbot, but be my guest.
Yeah, no, that's true. We're definitely here for the Abbot because he's also a thing. Got sidetracked on there thinking about dinner.
Started talking about the Dark Lord and the donjon.
Alright, so back with the Abbot. Well, we figured out that he is a person who generally wants to heal. He is broken, and we need to find an artifact will be in the donjon to heal him.
You can say dungeon. It's okay.
Okay, I'll say dungeon. But there's something he said about why he's running out of time, and I don't know if it'd be worth it to waste a question here or use a question here, or just ask him on another time.
Ask
Why
the
he feels
question.
running out.
I'd say ask it here.
Alright. Why does the Abbot feel he's running out of time with the golem / bride?
A moment passes, and a card is revealed that this is the word mist. And Esmeralda shakes her head. He goes, "That's too recent. Spirit wouldn't know anything about the present day or what Strahd's plans are.
Alright.
If only we knew who we were talking to."
That would be a very good question to ask, perhaps. How many
Does-
questions do we have left?
I think that's
4.
4.
Ask it if it knows how to count. Might be worth it.
Then we gotta. All right, so we can ask who are we talking to, and because we already
Well-
know that there's something to at least help the abbot or cure the abbot. Oh, we could ask what. Oof.
Perhaps we should just start with who are we talking to? Work
I
from
guess
there.
so.
Well, that's just me being curious, but we can ask that. Who are we
If you're good.
speaking to? Too late. So she flip a card flips, has the word priest on it. So this one's obvious. It's those who follow a deity, system of values, or serve a higher purpose. And then another card flips, says the word missionary. She goes,
It's Romaia.
those who spread wisdom and faith to others. Warnings of the spread of fear and ignorance. It's also pretty fun in bed. Am I right? Am I right, guys? Am I right?
Oh, if only Romaia were here.
Ha!
Can't wait to meet her.
And she probably can't wait to meet you.
But then another card flips. And it says shepherd. Shepherd. It says those who protect others, one who fears a burden far too great to be shouldered alone. And she looks up at you. Oh, that reminds me of someone. It was,
Who?
well, you should know if you're standing at her abbey. Then Saint Markovia herself. Could it be?
Wow, that's definitely a lot. I just thought it would be some maybe previous person, but the original, that would be something.
Saying she, from what I know, she was a servant of the Morning Lord, went on a pilgrimage to Barovia long before it was shrouded in mist, and founded this very abbey. She has 3 questions. Irina goes, Irina says, what are we to do with this artifact once we find it?
Oh gosh, that's such a good thing. I just assumed we'd know what to do, but that, yes.
So, so the healer card will flip over again. But then a card that says warrior, saying
Oh, I'm sorry, what was the first one?
the healer.
The healer.
But then the warrior, saying, well, it looks like it may heal him, but we may have to get violent. But then that flips over, and the executioner is revealed. And say, well, this could mean that he may have to
Fight.
die,
Kill
or one of
him.
us has to die, or
We kill him?
if it has to be done. But this artifact says it heals.
Perhaps death is some way to heal it.
I wonder if, because he's been alive for so long, being unable to die. But it also, again, it might not be him who dies. We still have all of us and a flesh golem or two. that might be end up being the victims of all this.
Yeah. Because I have a question, I think. How could such a devout follower of the Morning Lord do such vile acts? What happened to the abbot? And a card will flip that says Marionette. It says he was in the presence of a spy or a minion of greater power. A puppet.
Well, that's not great.
And then another card flips and says Enchanter. She goes, inner turmoil that comes from confusion, fear, or failure. She says, or false information. Someone might have gone to his head, fed him some lies. I think that might be all we need. Any other thing you can think of?
There is one question left, Vogelsuch.
Yeah, but say Arena turns to Vogelsuch.
If all will allow. Yes.
Yeah, go for it, dude.
I mean, I really don't think so, but I mean, I could be proven wrong here now.
Why? What's he gonna ask? Is it something stupid?
Like, kind of, you know how he asked you if you killed him? He kind of does that to everyone. So I just don't think that, like, how long ago was the saint alive?
She says, 400 years. Give or
So
take.
400 years ago, saint killed him. Just seems a little bit ridiculous.
Shall I hold off?
The only issue I have is that we don't have too much else to ask. We know about the abbot is being... Oh! Can we ask who is controlling him?
You might just say the Dark Lord again.
But it might not.
They're cool, you know. I just add another person that we have to deal with. Jeez.
Esmeralda says, I don't believe he's being controlled. I mean, the marionette does suggest that he's being puppeteered, but it could also just mean that the person who approached him was manipulating him.
Yes, so asking who's manipulating him.
Be my guest.
I
I
just-
shall sit in the corner and sulk.
Oh, I can't stand you like this, Vogelsuch.
He winks. He winks and gives a weird.
I just really don't think that
smile.
Saint would have killed you.
It's all right.
Listen, Saint Murder.
Ugh.
I would have actually asked. Who killed me, but I'm not asking. So.
Ooh.
Oh, too late. It's too late.
Okay.
Wheels are in motion. Wheels are in motion.
Chris, what do you ask?
They just know Abbott stuff. They don't know everything.
I mean, what do they know? No, that's not the question. Wait, stop.
Yeah. One question, what are you asking?
I believe it was who was the puppeteer, the marionette.
Like, so who's manipulating or approached the abbot with the
Yes.
false information?
Yeah. The Dark Lord card turns.
Oh, I know you said you thought it would be this, but I just had to be sure.
I hope you are satisfied.
Say, that doesn't necessarily mean Strahd, though. It just means someone powerful.
Does the scroll card come out?
The scroll card?
The squirrel card.
Oh
Yeah.
no.
D's this whole time. Dude, come on!
Oh, another party betrayal.
But the temperature rises. Now the foggy atmosphere dissipates, and the runes go dull. The pentagram goes dull again. So, there's an artifact. She begins to pace. Hand on her chin. An artifact somewhere deep below this little Ravenloft, which we can use to heal the Abbot, or fight him, who was manipulated, that sent him down a dark path, which may or may not have been Strahd himself.
Are we sure that this was as clear as it could be? He has a lot to be desired.
Well, we still need some more information. And then, because I forgot to do it after you asked the 10th question, a rush of ethereal wind sweeps through the room, and a radiant burst of light erupts from the center of the pentagram, painting the walls in shades of silver and gold. Flashes of images flicker across your mind's eye. A white-robed woman kneeling before a man with wings as white as the purest snow, who directs a gold-robed woman to present her with a silver statuette of a cleric kneeling in supplication, its chest glowing with the same golden light that encircles the man's head. The white-robed woman, standing before a half-built structure atop a cold mountain spur, her hands calloused as she lays bricks upon a mortared wall. Same woman, raising a golden mace above her head, a prayer upon her lips as a shadowed fortress looms above her. The silver statuette sitting alone in a dark, cold tomb beneath a dark, twisted keep. The man, alone on a mountaintop, a veil of mist shrouding his eyes. Each image is accompanied by a surge of emotion, humility, hope, defiance, and sorrow so strong it rakes at your chest with long, bitter claws. But as quickly as they appear, the vision fades, and when you open your eyes, the room returns to its former state. That's never happened before.
Whoa.
You all saw that, right?
Yeah.
Did we see another? It wasn't so much a prophecy as more as of what had happened. I think it was. Did we just see her life?
Was that Saint Markovia? She was building the Abbey.
With her bare hands, no less.
That man with the golden wings.
Is that the Abbot?
You see his face?
Yes, but I know that he likes to have a flair for... Did we see him with wings when he was with the bat?
We only saw him with footprints and then all of a sudden no footprints when he left the house.
No, but he said that he turns into a robin.
Right.
Before he entered, we heard giant
You heard
wing...
giant wings.
Yeah. So I think the man with the wings was the Abbot, which would mean because he said that he met Strahd 400 years ago. That would line up with...
There can be lots of reasons for that, but he was some sort of celestial?
I'm not really... Do I know about Celestials? Are they common things?
I mean, they're not walking around.
But like they... Like it's sort of like just like a deity kind of...
Yeah,
person?
they're servants of higher beings.
Yeah. So it's like an angel, but not an off-brand angel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, they are angels.
It's the holy version of like demons.
Yeah.
In a sense.
Legally distinct angels.
Okay.
With only
We
two
can't, we
eyes.
can't say angels here.
Celestial in the Outfield doesn't sound like as good a movie as Angel in the Outfield, but whatever.
Well, there's no Celestials team in the MLB, so...
That's true. That would be much harder to make the movie work.
Yeah, but if Christopher Lloyd's in it, I'll still watch it.
Curse of Lloyd. So
Oh man.
Esmeralda,
Just call me Strahd.
Esmeralda says, it's kind of abstract, but she was saying a prayer towards Castle Ravenloft.
One would think that is not a very holy ground.
Looks like she was trying to
Protect it, heal it.
would have been before he was a vampire. But spread the good word, I suppose. But we got a good look of what we're looking for, saying that statuette of the cleric. And that was very obviously the catacombs of Ravenloft. Whatever she wanted us to know, she wanted to make sure we knew it.
I wonder if that will be the place where to find the artifact, if we can... It looks like what it did just then.
She started picking up her cards. It's like, well, I think we know where to go if we get into Castle Ravenloft. Didn't you mention a dinner or something? When suddenly, from just outside the door, you hear a loud thud. The door shudders briefly, as if struck by a falling weight, followed by a trio of high-pitched yelps and groans. And Esmeralda rolls her eyes. She goes, not again. And she opens up the door and say, come out, you three. As you see, everyone's favorite mongrels. Otto, Siegfried, and Colin.
I was hoping they were going to be
Cloven.
kobolds.
Cloven, yeah.
3 clovens and a trench coat.
Saying, were you eavesdropping on us? And Otto goes, sorry, we just, we heard talking, and Siegfried goes, we thought you were talking about inside the Abbots' walls, and we just, and Cloven goes, and we just wanted to hear about it. And the baby head goes, hiss.
And what did you hear? Where did it start?
Cloven goes, nothing. Siegfried
Where
goes,
did it start?
Siegfried goes, nothing. And Otto goes, everything.
Insight check on each of them.
We wouldn't have been, and Cloven goes, we wouldn't have been caught if you weren't so clumsy, Otto. And he kind of smacks him on the side of the head. It's like, stop that. If you weren't so, I don't know, good looking.
Yuck.
Three Stooges happening right now?
Yeah.
Well, I guess it's 4 because the baby, but...
That's Shemp.
Wait, who?
When Curly had to leave the group, I think he got sick or something, they had Shemp. Who was part of the act, I think, previously. I will look this up. We got in-game stuff.
Three Stooges lore.
Cloven goes, we heard you were going to Ravenloft?
Yes, we have a dinner invitation.
You're there, can you find my pops? Otto goes, yeah, can you find Cyrus?
We will look for him. Yes.
We didn't have time to speak to him after he was perfected, and
Just curious, what did he look like before he was perfected?
it's like well, kind of dog-like.
Okay, cool.
But I mean, you won't need to know what he looked like. This is what he looks like now.
Yeah, that's true.
He goes, I don't know what he looks like now, but I bet he's I bet he's wonderful.
Yes, I'm curious. It seems like nobody saw him after he was perfected. He was so quickly sent away as a helper at the castle.
Yeah, he says, but kind of looked like a dog a little bit, but he had duck feet. That was one thing. I was pretty jealous of that.
What did he look like after he was perfected?
Weren't you listening? We weren't able to see him. He was taken away pretty quick. I guess Strahd really wanted him as soon as possible.
Nobody really knows Vogelsuch, it seems like.
We'll ask around for anyone that used to have dog feet and used to have also duck.
I mean,
We
if
should
you need,
ask
if you,
for...
Go ahead. If you need more convincing, he goes, if you ask him about the transformation and what it's like to be perfected, then we have some treasure we can give you. It's like, yeah, treasure. No one knows about it. Not even the Abbot. No.
I'm interested in this treasure. Just to know. I'm very curious. Curious by nature.
This Brell's music again. Because we'll tell you all about it once you tell us about Cyrus. Everyone's worried about, everyone's wondering about him. We know he's in a better place now, but he was kind of the patriarch around here, and we all miss him.
That's fair. Yeah. We could we'll see what we can do.
Esmeralda goes, and you better get back downstairs before you get in trouble. And he goes, Otto, and Zephyr goes, oh yeah, okay, we better go. And Colin goes, okay, I'll see you. I'll see you later. You know where to find me. He kind of backs out of the room, trips over stumbles over the door a little bit. Enters to the door. He goes, he goes, shut up. And he kind of hurries away. And Esmeralda goes, I hope they don't tell the Abbot, but I have a feeling they want to keep the secret.
Yes, they kind of feel like they're in on something.
She goes, tell me about this dinner.
Well, we were invited for a lovely dinner at Strahd's residence. By Strahd himself.
I wonder if you'll have the chance to slip away, but I have a feeling that may be difficult. Maybe a good opportunity to scope out the place, though.
If we could get down to the catacombs, perhaps. Maybe we'll ask for a tour.
She goes, maybe the catacombs, though. They probably won't take guests there. But it's an opportunity. You'll probably say it's within a few days' time.
Mm-hmm.
She goes, well, that's taken care of. And she goes, and wonderful new friends are going to help me find Isla, rescue him, return him to his loving parents, and hopefully save Anna from getting her heart ripped out.
Mm-hmm.
That's the big one.
Says, but in the meantime, if you're in need of my services at Argynvost, and she picks up, starts picking up her weapons, and flourishes the rapier. She goes, as I said before, Esmeralda Devenair at your service.
Glad to have you aboard, so to speak.
Text appears on the screen that says Esmeralda has joined the party.
Ba-ba-ba-ba.
So, you have no further business at the Abbey. Or at least with Esmeralda, you can start making your way out.
Mm-hmm.
The abbot does meet you in the entrance of the courtyard. And he goes, Miss Devenair, leaving us so soon, are you? She goes, yeah, places to be. Saying, and he says, our doors are always welcome to you. If you need a place to stay, I hope the room was acceptable. She goes, oh yeah, loved it. Perfect, thank you. Very, very, very clean. Glad to hear that. Will you be leaving us as well? As he turns to you all.
We have places to be, so we shall.
Traveling together.
Safety in numbers. You know how dangerous the nights can get around the forested areas.
Extremely dangerous outside the walls. Thankfully, thankfully the I can't remember the names. Kreskoffs. So thankfully the Kreskoffs keep it in order. Without them, who knows what could befall the town.
Let's hope nothing does befall them.
Before you leave, allow me to bless you, the Morning Lord's grace to protect you on your journey.
If you feel it would help someone such as myself and my compatriots, feel free.
He does go, oh, I don't know what could help you, a child.
Passion.
Do not think I do not see past your visage. But you are an innocent in Strahd's vile schemes, and I do not hold it against you.
Vogelsuch has no response to that.
But he places his hand upon his holy symbol, the Morning Lord's holy symbol, raises his hand and says a blessing. Irina looks a little uncomfortable while this is happening. What's everyone's response to him during this?
Knowing that he does wish health on people, and he does want to, I believe he sees us as a way to help him succeed. So I'm uncomfortable that it's him and that he seems like there's something a little bit off with him, but I do feel like he's not going to do anything malicious.
I Eldritch Blast him. No, I don't.
Yeah. He's generally trying to help. He's just really, really bad at it.
He, once the blessing is done, he'll, says, I must return to Vasika's lessons. Time is running short. A storm on the horizon.
What?
He doesn't answer. He just starts
Okay.
walking back. As you open the door, you see that Vaskina was kind of like trying to eavesdrop, even though it's pretty far away. But she catches sight of you and gives a wave.
Grude away back.
Before the door closes suddenly. As Esmeralda kind of wonders aloud and says, "Do you wonder where he got the body parts for her?"
Oh, yep. That's kind of what's been eating away at me this whole time.
This goes, some look fresher than the others. He goes, place gives me the heebie-jeebies. He goes, gather what you need. If you left anything at a FrogCast house. She goes, I'll meet you at the gates. Then you will all owe me a meal. Although, let's be honest, the FrogCast are probably gonna cook it.
Yes, but I can help get them. Oh, I can't get the milk.
Why? What happened with the milk?
I'm really bad at it. She called me a city slicker.
Ooh.
The cow was very shaken up, and I don't know if it still gives milk. And I think she lied about it being dead to avoid my return. So I'm gonna swap with somebody next time we have to do chores.
We're gonna have fun. We're gonna have fun together. I can see it.
We're a pretty good group, honestly.
It can't be the three of you, though. Wasn't there someone else? There are rumors of an elf.
Yes, we have Vio, our bard friend, who is very tactful in social situations, and we have been struggling since he was not feeling well and had to stay at the Kresnovs. Right?
Sounds about right. Good cover story.
Yeah.
But I will let you take a short rest if you need it. I don't think you will, but
I will get my spell slot back.
Yep, as you
'Cause
gather
I'm
your
a warlock.
things. As next time we will prepare to head to Argynvostholt.
Yay!
Finally.
I get 2 games in a row of Mark character
Of a backstory
stuff.
Of backstory, like, teases.
Yeah.
No, like, I felt it was important to do this first.
Yeah, no, it works. And we have someone else with us as we head to the horrible land of Argynvostholt.
Argynvostholt.
I mean, it can't be worse than this place full of screaming feces.
Was the feces screaming?
Yeah, I was like, I don't think there was the feces screaming, but
There was a comment there. There's feces and screaming. They're 2 different things.
Screaming / feces. And or feces. But you will get some experience points for recruiting Esmeralda.
is there a chance that we didn't get her? Like, we screw up real bad, and it's like, oh.
If you mess up this mission, and if you never asked, then I guess she would never would have joined you.
Okay, that's fair.
Well, at least we're not that bad.
So, all right, thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Joey.
Joey.